Hello everyone, Larry Satchwell here. I have another bird feeder, and this one's from Lumary, and I'm intrigued by the box here. This is the first Amazon box I've ever gotten like this. It says it's made to fit your order, and you're supposed to pull on this. It's got arrows going up, so I'll follow those arrows. Look at that. That's pretty cool. It's one of those with the solar panel extra. All right, got a pair of scissors. Let me see if I can get this open. Not easy. It's kind of like one of those prescription bottles that are childproof. There we go. This is interesting. I've never had one with a plastic bracket before. Have to see how that works. And right on top are the user manual for the app and the bird feeder manual. Man, that's thick. And a couple of guides on where to drill. Piece of cardboard, it'll go in recycling. Oh, here's the solar panel. It's white. I love this. This is the perch, and this is the lid, and it is Parkview orange. Parkview is the high school I coach at. A strap and all the hardware and the charging cable. Oh, this is interesting. I've never had this before. This is these are some pipe clamps where I can attach it to a pipe. I may try that. I like that idea. Another piece of cardboard for recycling. And here's the feeder. Heavy plastic. This is heavy. Drainage holes. Looks like there's plenty of them. I'm trying to see if I can get this plastic off in the future for cleaning. You know, cleaning these is really important, and some of them are very difficult to clean. This one is just snow white. Already has the antenna on it. Place right back here to plug in the cable. I'm not sure what this cover is for. Oh, this is the charging port. So I can open this up and charge the camera. And like all these cameras, I'm sure it's a federal regulation, world regulation, I don't know. You can't charge these things because they'll start on fire on the plane or in the cargo hold, wherever it is. So I'm sure that I'll need to charge that. Yep, right on page 12 here, I've got to charge it. And here comes a phone call. Well, I thought I'd start off today where we left off yesterday. I've got that phone call from a former athlete of mine. I really like hearing from former athletes. This I've read the directions. Everything's looking good. They give you two different sets of clamps in case you have a smaller pole. And this is unique to this bird feeder. It has a attachment here where you can attach it to a tripod, a camera tripod, on and off. This is for going into brick or mortar, and this is going into wood. Of course, the perch and the lid, and this holds the perch in. So there's really no tools needed to put this together. And the strap for a tree. And again, excuse me, I don't recommend putting it on a tree because it's just going to get raccoons and squirrels in it all the time. I charged it overnight, and I thought I'd show you where I charged it at. I just tilted the camera forward, and it goes in this little port right above the place for the SD card. I'm not going to put an SD card in it today because I don't have one. But you can put an SD card in there, and it should read the SD card if you don't want to buy the memory. Now, I was wrong yesterday. This cover back here is to take the camera out completely. And I don't know if I would recommend that or not. But that's how they put the camera in there. So you want to make sure this camera is not water resistant, but definitely not waterproof. So you don't want to ever put it underwater. But as long as you keep these tabs in here pretty tight, this silicone seals it up pretty good, and it will be resistant to snow and rain because that camera is pretty well protected under there. So I'm going to try to record this both with my iPhone here and set the camera up on my iPad. So I may end up doing a voiceover. In the owner's manual, you're going to see a QR code that will take you. In the owner's menu, you're going to see a QR code that will take you to the Velocom app. I already have that app on my phone, so I'm going to initiate it. It wants me to sign in. I'll sign in. And I already have several cameras on this phone. So up here in the corner, it wants me to add, I want to add a new one. So I'm going to turn that on, and I'm going to allow it to use my Bluetooth, and then I'm going to turn the camera on by holding that button down for 3 seconds. And it says I heard a sound, so I'll touch that, go to the next step. It's searching for activated devices. I'm hearing a beeping sound, so I'll hit that and go to the next step. It's trying to connect to my Wi-Fi. And this doesn't use the 5G, it uses the 2 point whatever. And I want it to connect to my Wi-Fi. So this is my password I don't want you to see. I'll confirm that. And it wants me to send a QR code to the camera. So I heard that dot. That means it found it. So now it's connecting. Connection has succeeded. So everything is connected. And I should be seeing myself here in just a minute. I'm going to put this one in the garden if there's enough Wi-Fi down there. Go to the next step. This is checking for the Wi-Fi signal. The Wi-Fi is only about 50 feet behind me, so it's very strong right now. Next step just shows you how to put everything together in your plans. And here I am, connecting. I should be seeing myself about right now. And when it connects, it disconnects the sound. All right. Well, now the camera's set up, it's really easy to set everything else up. So to assemble this, I think I'll put the perch in first. It has these open spots. That goes down. This fits in there perfectly. And this little thumb screw, which is brass, which was not going to rust, goes right in here. I'll put the lid on. And when you wash this, you're going to want to take the lid off. Put it on like that and snap it down. And there it goes. So this is ready to mount. And I am going to mount it on a pole. The first thing I'm going to do, though, is put it where I want it to be and see if I have enough Wi-Fi signal. Meet you down at the garden. I'm down here at the garden. I'd like to put it on this pole. I'm hoping it's sturdy enough. It's an old game standard pole I had left over from my PE teaching days. But I want to make sure the signal's sharp. So I'm going to go here. I'll record this for you. I'll go to the Viacom app. And here I am down at the garden. I'm connecting. If I go to the settings here, it says that it's weak. But if I can get a picture, doesn't matter if it's weak or not. I've got a picture, so I'm going to mount it right up here. Now the cool thing about this pole is that I can snap it out, and now I can tighten these up. They have a long way to go. Tighten them a little bit at a time. I don't think the raccoon can climb this pole, but I wouldn't put it past him. And it's going to be, I think it'll be out of the squirrel's range. I may need to move it further from my fence. We'll just have to give it time and see if the squirrel's going to find it. So this is on there really sturdy. So I can pop this back in, and then I can in fact take it down here so I can work with it. This has a little slot that it slides in. So this little thing needs to go in this indentation here. When you want to take it down to clean it, it has a little pull here, and if you pull on that, it'll pull that down. So I'm going to slide it on there again, making sure it goes in all the way. And I just heard it click. So that's in all the way. Tighten this down. Give that a couple more thumb screws, turns. And then I can put the whole thing back. And let's see. I think that's going to work. I can bring it down here to put the feet in. The first thing I want to do is make sure I have plenty of cord, and that looks to be the case. So I'm going to screw the base of the solar panel right here on my split rail fence using the screws they provided. Then I'll put the base back, screw it tight. So right there, I think it'll get the optimal amount of sun. This should keep the battery charged. I'm going to go ahead and put it through here. And then I want to attach it to the camera. There it goes. And then put that seal down, and you should be good to go. All right, I'm going to lift it up. Put some seed in. Close the lid. And there we go. That's about at least 8 feet off the ground. I can wrap some of this cord up around the solar panel itself. It's now 11:42 in the morning. It will record the first time a bird comes to it. So let's see how long that takes.